Hey Babu, this is Scott Walker with Impact Latent SEO. I'm just making this video for you, showing you how you could improve your online presence through your website, Google Business Profile, and Google Ads. And that will generate, new leads for you. So I usually start with your website, and then I go through the other ones for you. So looking at your website, it looks like it was very professionally done. I like how clean and professional it looks. But one thing I would really recommend for your website is to have more content. The reason I say that is because Google loves to see content. You want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. Throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent keywords, which I consider a location and a service. So, like Salt Lake City mold removal, that would be a good one because it has a location and a service. The other thing you could do is if you save your imagery correctly. So that's a background image. That's not even a real image. Let's see. Here we go. If you save your imagery correctly in the background instead of it saying service area map, that could be a buyer intent keyword as well because it's embedded by behind the photo for you. I do use a tool called Ahrefs to show me your analytics and where you're setting. The DR and UR is the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100 and you want those continuously moving up while also balanced. You're currently at 5 and 13 due to your referring pages and domains. And what those are backlinks, and if you don't know what a backlink is, it's when one website links to another website via a clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so you do want to stay relevant to your industry and location whenever possible. And it looks like you're being indexed for 95 keywords, but you're not getting anybody to your website, so your website's acting more like a digital business card. So looking at some of these, it looks like you have a lot of these that are lost. But anyway, it's good that the keywords that you have are good. Like some of these are not so great, like water damage restoration, South Jordan. There's no searches, but like those are the types of buyer intent keywords that I would want to go for. So we might need to go check some things on your website because you should be having a lot more traffic to your website. But anyway, I just did water damage restoration Draper. Right up top, you have your Google guaranteed ads, and then you have your local service ads here. So the Google guarantees are great because it's a guarantee on two parts. One, if I click on this get phone number or message and I'm not a real lead, the company gets that back. And from a customer standpoint, I know that Utah Water and Fire are also licensed and insured. So like those are the two guarantees for here. Then you move down into the Google Ads. A great way to have a good click-through rate here is to make sure that as much of this keyword is in here as possible. This one has water removal, doesn't say water damage, and it doesn't say where they work. So like this, since this is the only one showing up, that's kind of hard, but that's how you have a good click-through rate. And then a landing page experience, it should be a click to call right up top, a form submit, what you do, where you do it, if you have any promotions, right here. And then the background imagery should be relevant to your search query too. So water damage, have a water damage image. If it's fire or biohazard, things like that, then have those in the imagery too. And so for water damage restoration, this is just water. I didn't look up fire or anything, but I did Draper, Sandy, and Lehigh, just because those are kind of, right around you. But as you can see, there's 1,000 searches just for water damage restoration, company, service, near me, things like that. And if you're in your ads, the cost per click would be anywhere from $38.66 to $192.78. So those, people clicking on your ads, that's how you would get a good amount of people going to your website because of that. So. And then we move down into the Google Business Profile. You're right here. That's awesome. There's a few things that I could do to help you out to stay in this and also be found for different searches. You might only be found for water damage. I can't tell until I have access. But the biggest thing I always recommend is to get more reviews. You can see 216, 715, and 116 right here. It's awesome that you're there, but sometimes Google just shows you because I already searched you here. But to make sure that you're staying there, getting reviews, making sure your name, address, and phone number are the exact same across the internet, and then adding geotag, geolocated photos weekly is really beneficial because it shows Google that you're growing your business organically. And being in the Google Ads and being Google Business Profile, about 60 to 70% of traffic stops right here. And then we move down into the organics, this is where your website would rank. And looking at Utah Disaster Cleanup here, looking at their website, they don't have too much more content on here, but they might have their images saved correctly. Nope, it says download. So, but when you start to have more buyer intent keywords, the better content and those authoritative backlinks and citations, you can start to outrank these guys. And to kind of give you an example of the search volumes, I just did Draper, Lehigh, and Sandy again. And you're looking, water damage, restoration, Draper, there's 30 searches a month. Lehigh, fire damage, 30. So there's 410 searches that talk about restoration. Some might not be all there, but when you start to outrank your competitors, a percentage of this total volume will start to go to your website instead of theirs. And then a percentage of the people going to your website will either give you a call or form submit, and depending on your closing rate, will turn into a customer for you. So Babu, I hope that this was helpful for you. Look forward to talking to you, and if you are interested in talking again, let's set up a discovery call to see how we can help each other. Have a great day. Bye.